don't get me wrong, I love Charlie XCX, but you know, when you live in London and the hustle and bustle of transport, you kind of need a more easy song to listen to. And you know, Charlie XCX will give me like, I'll be really ready to fight people on the train. So you know, my love language is bullying.
Hot.
No one wants to wingman me.
I'll wingman you.
You gonna wingman me?
Yeah.
I don't know if you would be able to match me with someone I'm compatible with.
Okay. Challenge accepted.
Oh.
I live in a very, very quiet spot. Right?
Okay.
A very quiet spot. So like I'm very like used to silence. And the friend that I usually stay with lives in Northwest. Like Hampstead Heath, like Finchley Road. Right. And it's just so loud. Like there's never like any silence. And in my head I think, oh, you know, as much as I need to really switch up and make the move, I don't know if I can adapt it just because I love peace.
Yeah. It is a hard one. I feel like you do get areas in London, you know, that kind of have that silence. But that probably come with a price.
Right. Tell you what, yeah, agreed. Because I'll tell you what, I went to do a podcast with my friends and it was like, I didn't even know this place was in London, never heard of Barnes.
Yeah.
You ever been to Barnes? Honestly, beautiful. It was like a village. It was really, really strange because I remember what my friend said, he was like, oh, like it's here. And there's like no tubes, like no tubes. Thankfully, I drive, so it wasn't like the end of the world.
Yeah.
And it was literally like, honestly, like a different planet. I would not have called it London.
There's some places that will shock you. Yeah.
Very white as well. Very white. But like not the type of white where they stare at you.
No. They're like a retirement place. Yeah.
Very much so. Like family settle down area. Yeah. I don't know. I need to switch up eventually. But
It'll come with time.
are you a believer in like manifestation? You give me that vibe.
Everything happens for it. I'm very spiritual.
Okay.
Yeah.
Elaborate, please.
As in, I believe everything happens for a reason. I believe in like deja vu. I believe in like, not everyone's put on this world for a purpose, or we're trying to learn a lesson. But I believe in coincidence, and it's just, you can change your life if you want to. You can never be 100% stuck on a path.
Right.
Yeah.
I hear that because my grandmother used to always have that belief. The idea that everything happens for a reason, right? But I really do get it and I hear it. But I think my thing is, you know, like when you're so like pressed at the time and you think this is proper rough. Like why if everything happens for a reason, why do I feel so crap for like during this period? Does that make sense? But yeah, no, I really do like the idea of it. Are you religious?
Yeah.
Okay, cool. Man of God?
Yeah.
Yeah, cool. Cool.
Not you know, obviously I don't go to church that often.
Yeah.
But I do believe, you know, there is a God.
Yeah.
Don't really believe there's a hell.
Interesting.
Yeah.
Okay.
I just feel like if God is an all forgiving God, I don't know how angry he would have been at Lucifer to really be like, I'm banishing you to earth and you're going to stay there forever. And be like, it sounds just very petty.
Yeah.
And I'm like, this God you want us to believe in, I don't know if he'll be that petty. And no offense, not like he tried to kill God. I don't think God can be killed, but like, all he tried to be was like, oh, I just want to be like you. I don't know, it just sounds very petty to me. And I just feel like either this is hell that we're on, or we're in limbo and you can go to a higher place, but I just don't believe you'll be burning in hellfire.
It's interesting. So that I like my grandparents were like very, very religious. Yeah. My parents not so much, which is really interesting because I don't understand how it wasn't like pushed down. And when I say pushed down, not like in a forceful way, but I just think surely if you're surrounded by two parents that are very heavily invested. I mean, I've never had that conversation with my mum, to be honest. I don't really get it. But I find that I've like, my faith has probably, I don't know if it's fair to say faith is strong, but my beliefs have like been response to like grief.
Okay.
If that makes sense.
Yeah.
Kind of like a sense of comfort, because I've got a great aunt who's like literally had everything bad happen under the sun, and I always say to him, like, she's like quite old, like mid-80s, and I say to him, like, how do you cope? She's like, God. She's like, literally God. I'm like, do you know what? I hear it.
Yeah. Sometimes we just need something to believe in to get us through the dark days, because if you don't, gosh, that's depression 24/7.
Too right.
Not believing in something.
And in 2024, with like the high rising of like all the consequences and complications with mental health, it's like, yeah,
Very much so.
very much so. But like this is a real pleasure, and this is really, really exciting.
Thank you for having me.
No, thank you for letting me have you. It's so like, thank you for letting me have you. Yeah, we'll go with that.
Yeah, sure.
It's really great to be in your presence, and like I feel so, like I said to you before, I have like imposter syndrome, right? So my thing is, I'm like, oh, let me just wait till like we meet at an event, or like I get followed or something, because I remember like watching the show. So I saw it at Apollo Theatre.
Okay.
It would have been like May 2023. Yeah, and I thought it was fabulous. I adored it. I thought it was so good. So what run was it? The second run at that point? Or was it the
third run?
Okay, cool.
Yeah.
Because I remember it being on the year, and just like not like, I'm just a bit slow in it, just not being quick enough to like sort out the ticket and stuff. And like this time round, I just couldn't escape it. And I'm not really a theatre person, but I really care for consuming things that involve my people, right? And like everyone was, I remember all of my black friends were like, oh my God, please go and see it. Like, you will literally love it. You will love it. And I was like, you know what, cool. So me and my friend went to go watch it, and I was just like amazed. I absolutely loved it. I loved the idea and the concept of like a range of black men from very different backgrounds coming together as a collective to share their perspectives and stories, you know. And I think it was really amazing how, like, I guess cast and fictional characters have such a different range of experiences, yet you're still able to become one.
Yeah.
Do you know what I mean?
Yeah.
I loved it. But your character, right, let me get this right. Your character wasn't gay though, was it?
No.
I love that.
Yeah. Which was interesting. I just think he was very eclectic and neurodivergent. And there's something to do with straight men being a bit camp. All of a sudden you're gay.
Yeah.
But I know loads of straight men who, you know, are happy to play a bit camp, you know, be accessible, and it's like, oh, they have to be gay. Or as we see on social media, if someone's on TV and acting a bit camp, oh, they must be gay.
Yeah.
Trying to out Shawn Mendes. Leave the boy alone.
Let him be.
Let him be. Let him be one of us. But, you know, let him be.
Yeah, he's a fine man. He is beautiful. And it's quite funny because I think a lot of us were like, as we were younger, because he is just, I think it's just because he's a pretty boy. Like, he's very nice to look at. And hey, if he comes to the UK and wants to chat, fine by me. But I like Camila Cabello, so I'm not going to move like that.
Fair enough.
Yeah, but the best bit for me, because I was trying really hard to recall my memory, because respectfully, it has been quite a while.
Yeah.
And there was a bit where, let me word this right. There was a bit where you were kind of like twerking to the audience, and everyone was literally like screaming. Like, we were like, my friend was literally like screaming in my ear, and I was, oh my God, I love this. But it's like you say, it's really, because I think, like you said, it's really important to not associate straight men being flamboyant, meaning that they're gay. Do you know what I mean? Like, I think femininity should be fluid and should be applicable to everyone. We shouldn't really, we shouldn't. I mean, I think subconsciously sometimes we can. I think I've been guilty of it, to be honest, but we shouldn't necessarily like associate that with being gay. Do you know what I'm trying to say? But talk me about like the process of actually like getting onto the show, because obviously it's been so highly recognized and really like got an amazing like critical reception. Talk me through the process of like getting onto the show, please.
Boy, I had such a journey with this show. I had massive imposter syndrome. So I've been acting for a long time, done a bit of TV, done a bit of stage, and it got to the point where I was like, oh my gosh, I want a mortgage, I want a house, and I cannot do it being in the creative world. So, you know, lockdown happened. I was, what was I doing? I was doing odd jobs. I was a teaching assistant at one point. Then I was manager of a theatre venue. I was the first black manager of a West End theatre venue. And do you get me? In my head, I was like, okay, cool. I've got to the point where, like, you know, I'm in my last couple of years of my 20s. You know, before the big 30 hits, I really need to start putting down roots. So I said, okay, cool. I'm in a really good position. I'm a manager of a West End venue in my late 20s. By the time I hit maybe 25, by then I have the house, kids, wife, everything. Do you get me? So I was like, that was my mind frame. But I kept going, I want to perform. I want to be an actor. I keep telling people I'm an actor, but that's what I want to do. Then it came up on Instagram. It was really strange. It was one of those things where I also had an agent at the same time. I said to my agent, I was like, oh, I've seen this posted on like Instagram and Facebook. Can you get me an audition? My agent goes, we just don't see theatre for you. You know, we're trying to push you in the commercial world. You know, that's where the money is. I said, commercial? I said, okay, cool. Saw it again. A couple of friends sent it to me. And it was like 1 a.m. And I just said, I'm going to apply. So I'm going to do it. I'm going to apply. Bearing in mind, the breakdown was like looking for black men aged between, it was something like 18 to 25. Or, yeah. I remember the age being quite like small.
Right.
And it was like be able to move, act, you know, all of the plethora. And I was like, okay, cool. I don't know about the moving and the whatnot. But I said, you know what? I'm going to do it anyways. So got an audition slot. When I walked in, I said, where's all the plus size people? No, I'm confused. I saw like 6-pack, 12-pack, you know, 4s, 13s. I was like, oh, I don't see anyone that looks like me. And then I started going, oh my gosh, what the f have I done? Oh, I swore. Can I swear?
It's fine. Can you just just hold the mic up slightly? You don't need to speak. Yeah, that's all good. You have to speak directly into it. But yeah, all good. Yeah, carry on, please.
I was like, oh my gosh, what have I done? I've applied for a role that I'm not suitable for. So we did the audition. It was a group audition. And when I say they really put us in our places, it was like army boot camp. We were moving, intertwining, improving. And I was like, oh my gosh, this was a lot. When I left, I said, I didn't get that job. Leave it as. Then I got a recall. And I said to my friend, I'm not going to go to the recall. I'm not going to go. I have imposter syndrome. I said, I'm not going to go. My housemate was like, why are you being so silly? You should go. Like, they've clearly given a recall. They want to see more of you. And I was like,
right. They got a friend.
Honestly, I kept saying to him, I was like, no, babes. When I tell you no one looked like me and I'm not physically fit, I was really struggling to keep up. They were asking for push-ups and I was giving 2 when everyone else was on 20. I was like, no, it was really bad. So I originally said no to the recall, and then I just said, do you know what? Let me just go. Bear in mind, I had everything against me because I'm dyslexic. So they gave us like some text to learn, and it just was not going in. Everything was against me. So when I went again, I was like, okay, do you know what? Hopefully, maybe I might see. Still didn't see anyone that looked like me. Everyone was physically fit. Everyone was like this. So I did it. Said, you know what? It was what it was. And I remember, like, even before I went in for the second round, I had a moment of like turmoil where I was like standing in the corner and I was like, what the hell are you doing? Why are you here? You're So yeah, went in, did it, left it, forgot about it. Then I got the call and they were like, we want to offer you the part. I said, you've got the wrong number, I think. Just double check, please. Just double check. And they were like, yeah. Then I remember I went into work and I said, I'm leaving. They're like, why? What's up? I said, I've got a job. I'm going to be an actor. And yeah, that's how it started.
Here we are.
Yeah. And it was really strange because I remember when we read the script the first time over, I was like, oh my gosh, this is something special. It felt like church. I felt like I was reading the Bible. I was like, oh yeah.
It's very poetic.
Yeah. Yeah. Then it just escalated. Bearing in mind, when we were doing it the first time round, we were in an 80-seater venue. Yes. And, you know, no one said anything about one day this show could get to the West End. It was not on anyone's lips. We just said, we're doing this for 4 weeks and then we all go back to our business.
Yeah.
And it just
And here we
tumbleweed.
are.
Yeah.
I think it was very monumental, and it was. I think it held a really special part for the community. Like you couldn't, to be honest, you couldn't escape it to the point that it was actually, let's not say excessive, but it was very in your face, as it should be. Like I had even like non-black people talking to me about it because they're like, Jord, like it's literally everywhere. And I think it's because it's such a rarity. It's quite. It's not very common, and I think it was such an important resource because it had a very good mix of flavour of it being very serious and intimate, but also funny, Like I think, and I really appreciate shows where because I like a bit of like trauma.
Fair enough.
In like a sick way, but like I like being able to find comedic elements and comfort in those spaces because it keeps it lighthearted. I can't do like full blown like doom and gloom for like 2 hours. It doesn't fix with me personally. But I think the balance was very good, and I loved the show. I thought it was incredible, and I think I really hope. I mean, I believe it will like continue to do so to like pave the way. For black theatre,
Absolutely.
I was meant to go see. I missed it because I was running late, which is really annoying. Hot Wing.
Oh, Hot Wing King. That's my show. I watched that twice. It was too good.
I was very annoyed. I'm going to try and see the Ernest. Is it Ernest?
Yeah.
With my future husband.
Oh, here we go.
In a few weeks.
Here we go.
Yeah. Hope he's well. Hope he misses me.
Was this after Sex Education? When did you start feeling the fantasy about him?
I've always thought he was Leng.
Really?
I always thought he needed me.
Okay.
But I've like really, really loved him since he was Doctor Who.
See, that's the Doctor Who.
Yeah. It's just, I like his Scottish accent as well. Obviously, when he's Eric, he's not Scottish.
Yeah.
Yeah. I just think, and it's really annoying because so many people I know have been in the same room as him. I'm like, well, where's my time? Like, what's going on?
It's coming.
But my friend texted me and she was, oh my God, you won't believe who I'm stood next to. I was like, who? She was like, Shooty Gatwa. I was like, did you say hello? She said, no. I was like, not even for me. Did you not think my friend has a show? My friend's an interviewer. And he is incredibly talented.
He is very...
I don't think we have... And I was trying really hard to think about this on the drive here. I don't think we have many black queer actors in mainstream television. Like I was trying really hard to think. I think Shooty, Leighton, Hollister, and Cynthia. I actually couldn't think of anyone else. Like other than those four, I can't really think of anyone. I was really like going mad trying to think of people, and I was like, there really isn't.
There really isn't.
No,
there really. And do you know what? We are getting there bit by bit. Do you get me?
Yeah.
But it's
a slow take.
It's a slow, yeah.
What's your opinion on this? Yeah. What's your opinion on? Because this is like, I don't know if controversial is the right word, but this is very like 50-50. What is your take on straight? Because you're an actor. What is your take on straight actors playing queer roles?
I think. Boy. What do I think? I'm 50-50 about it.
Yeah.
I'm 50-50 about it. I feel like acting is accessible to everyone. When you're an actor, you should be able to be a chameleon and adapt and change for a role. Just like me, I should be able to play straight roles.
Right.
And straight actors should be able to play gay roles.
Right.
If the gay role is a historical figure or someone who is gay in real life, like James Baldwin, I feel like the actor should be gay to really bring that,
right,
authenticity to life.
Yeah, got you.
If they're not, I just feel a bit, only because they're a real person. If it's someone fiction, maybe go for gold. Do what you need to do. If you feel like that straight actor can, bring the best out of the character that doesn't exist, cool.
Yeah, it's an interesting debate because I had this conversation with people and you have the other complicity of like actors not being out, right? And it's difficult because it's like I personally think queer actors should play queer people, right? I don't think it's the same for allowing queer actors to play straight characters. It's just not the same because they're not marginalized, you know. But it's also like there's that additional like pressure of like actors coming out so they don't face scrutiny.
Yep.
Obviously, we've seen all the shit with Kit Connor, absolutely disgraceful, completely unnecessary. But it's like, where do we find the midpoint where we accept and allow people to play queer characters without them having to disclose their sexuality? Because do you know what? This was the first thing I thought of when I thought, okay, I hear it. Do you remember when Eddie Redmayne in Danish Girl played? Yeah. And I think it all kind of kicked off from then. And then he did like I loved the film to us. He did a very good job.
I think he did a fantastic job.
Yeah, he's one of the best actors in the UK. But he's actually said since that he regrets doing that role, right? And I think, okay, so if that's the case, then what about like all of the others playing like gay and lesbian characters?
Yeah. See, that one's difficult because I would have loved to see a trans person play a trans role.
Agreed.
But the thing is, the show was on such a spectrum where they were transitioning into it. You kind of need someone to transition into it. So I feel like it's harder to transition someone backwards.
Right.
If that makes sense.
Probably quite difficult for them to deal with as well.
Yeah, because they're going through that trauma all over again. Unless they're 100% certain to be like, okay, cool.
Go ahead.
I'm ready to go to my original state, knowing that at the end of the movie, I'll go to where I am now. But I think that's kind of triggering for someone who's done the hard work to get to where they are, to be like, we're going to go back. And I'll give you a really good example.
Please.
Orange is the New Black.
Okay.
Did you ever watch it?
I've never seen it.
So Orange is the New Black, there's a hairdresser who's in a female prison and she's trans sexual. She's trans.
Cool.
However, they wanted to do flashbacks of how they were before they transitioned. And I go, okay, cool. Why did they not use the actress to do the beginning scenes? What they did was they used her twin, who isn't transitioned.
Cool, right.
And I thought that was such an interesting...
That's quite clever.
Yeah, I thought it was really clever because they're identical twins. But I was just like, oh, it's really interesting because I wonder what the conversation was to be like, I'll just do it. There must have been a conversation to be like, are we happy to use your brother?
You feel comfortable
and
to do so, yeah.
It really worked because it gave a different energy where the actress didn't need to go to that dark place of where they were. I thought, yeah, fantastic.
I love that. No, for sure. That's interesting. I think it is one of those conversations where like there's never going to be like a set answer.
There's never.
I think there's always people on either side. I don't know. Like I get, and you've actually had like a very interesting spin on it because you're saying if it's fictional, go ahead, whatever. But if it's a real person, because I'm thinking to myself now, if I wanted to have a film where someone was me, obviously they'd have to be queer.
Yeah. But
I get it because obviously like Nick Nelson is not a real person. You know?
No, and
okay.
It's such a shame, and I think a lot of queer performers get scared that once they start doing queer roles, that's all they're gonna be able to do.
Yeah, put into a box type of thing. Yeah,
and be like, well, you're a queer actor who does queer roles. That's what we see you as. And the industry loves to box people. And until you break that mold, it's kind of sad. Why a lot of actors also don't come out. Because they're like, my personal life and my acting life are two different things. Give me the roles that I want to give. And, behind the scenes, I do what I want to do behind the scenes. And that's not them trying to be DL, but that's them trying to play the game because the industry and how we get cast is very much like, oh, let me see what they've done. Okay, they've played 3 gay people. Right, until we get a casting for another gay person, that's who we'll see them for. No, I want to play the romantic lead. I've always said it. I would love to play Romeo one day. I don't look like a Romeo. I'm old.
Make yourself a Romeo.
Exactly.
Yeah.
100%.
But that's another thing as well. So obviously Kit Connor, he's doing that at the moment in New York, right? And like all of the comments all over the TikToks are like, I just can't imagine Kit Connor kissing a girl. I'm like, guys, he's one, he's bisexual, and two, he's an actor.
Yeah.
Like it's just people can be so like narrow-minded when it comes to like seeing people out of their comfort. But Heartstopper fans, respectfully, are they're die-hard.
Yeah.
They are die-hard. I'm a Heartstopper fan, but I can remove myself, you know?
Do you know what's so scary about fandoms? I feel like they ruin the fun for everybody else, which is so sad because we can all enjoy it together. But when it's like, oh my gosh, but you're like, you don't know this, I don't need to know anything. I could just enjoy it for what it is and for what it's done and helped so many people, you know, on their sexual journey. I don't think I've ever seen a show where they've touched upon so much in such a small season. Like every person in the friendship group is a member of the alphabet. And I think that's amazing.
Yeah.
Is it realistic? I don't think so.
No,
but what it's doing, it's doing.
My mentality has been like life, not even as a queer, just life in general can be very difficult and very challenging. Please allow me some time where I can switch off and just live in cuckoo land.
Yeah.
That makes sense?
Yeah.
You know, tell you another show which I absolutely loved, and I think I may love it even more than Heartstopper, which was very good at representing queerness and probably like, queerness. Have you ever seen Heartbreak High?
Yep. Ooh, Australians. Are they Australian?
They're Australian.
Yeah.
So fun fact, right? So I really fancy one of the boys in it.
Is this how this whole podcast is going to go? Is you're going to tell me how many people you fancy?
No. This is my last one, I promise. I'm not that much of a... Well, no, I want to be, but I'm not replying. So the character's called... what's his name? Dash.
Remind me of him.
Cash, sorry. The Ashe, the drug dealer. With the mixed race non-binary person.
Yes.
And the actor's called Will McDonald, lives in Australia. My friend's gone travelling. I said to her, I was like, look, I know it's not going to happen, but if there's any way that you find him, just drop my name in it, yeah? So my mate was like, you're not going to believe this. This was about 2 weeks ago. I was like, what? She was like, I'm staying with my friend's family friends. I was like, right. And she was like, they are extras on Heartbreak High. And one of them is really good friends with, not with Will, with the mixed race non-binary. I was like, what are the chances? I was like, oh my God, what the fuck? I was like, this is a sign. She's like, yeah, I'll try and mention you if we get to meet. But then he's gone somewhere to do something, so they didn't get to meet in the end, which is quite sad. But destiny.
Would you actually do long distance?
I think I'd quite like it, to be honest.
Absolutely not. Absolutely not.
I really like. I'm so introverted, and I've been alone for a long time. So I think I'd find it quite hard to adapt to spending a lot of time with somebody. And I think I really value time with people because I don't get to see many of my people a lot, like whether that's friends or family. So when I see them, like it's really intimate. I really appreciate it. So yeah, I think I could. Australia's a bit too far. Maybe like Europe. Maybe like Europe. But But yeah, I'm guessing you couldn't then.
Oh hell no. I'm a passionate physical toucher.
Yeah.
I need you in touching distance.
Is that your love language, physical touch?
My love language is bullying.
Hot.
I'm like when I fancy someone, oh gosh, I could bully them like a child.
They say that's what boys do, don't they? That's what young boys do when they fancy someone. They just mean to them.
Yeah.
Fair.
And it's weird because I don't want them to be mean to me, but I want to be mean to them.
Yeah.
And I want. Gosh, this is all coming out now, isn't it? I'm a Virgo, and not that I want to be adored or worshipped, but I need to be on your mind.
I hear it.
And I want the, oh my gosh, good morning, I was thinking of you.
Really?
Before you've brushed your teeth, yeah.
I'd hate that.
No.
Interesting.
Yeah.
So you like intensity?
No, I don't think that's intense whatsoever. I think that's a really lovely, like, when I, pick up my phone, I don't want to be saying, O2 has charged you this much. I want to be saying, good morning, beautiful. That's what I want to see. Positive affirmations. I don't want to know how much is coming out my bank account every 30 seconds.
Yeah.
Yeah, I just think it's nice.
Fair.
Yeah. What's yours?
My love language.
Yeah.
It is actually physical touch, believe it or not.
From long distance.
Yeah, you can do amazing things with FaceTime.
Okay.
No, yeah, I think because I'm not really like a touchy-feely person. So like, but when I say physical touch, I don't mean like smooching and hugging. It's more just like a subtle like hand hold or like a shoulder rub or something, just to be like, I'm here. You know, I really enjoy the presence of people whilst doing your own thing. Like I like because I dated someone who was like really intense, right? To the point that we couldn't do, like, he was always having to like talk or do something or something. Which is why it didn't work. Whereas I'm quite happy to like just read a book in the same room, knowing that my person is led next to me.
Yeah.
You know, but
That's lovely.
But because he wasn't like that, it just didn't work. But physical touch, I'd say.
You into PDA?
Tell you what, so I wasn't, and then I had I wasn't until I got really drunk at Pussy Palace, right?
Oh.
Yeah, say no more.
Wow. Okay.
Yeah.
You like Pussy Palace?
I love Pussy Palace.
Fair enough.
Nothing else matters.
Have you been to Bootylicious?
No, I was meant to go a few weeks back, but the plans didn't come through.
Okay.
I've heard about your antics in Bootylicious. I would like to though.
I love Bootylicious. Bootylicious, Jungle Kitty.
Where is it, Vauxhall?
Bootylicious is Vauxhall.
Yeah.
Jungle Kitty is Hackney.
Never heard of Jungle Kitty.
Gosh, yeah, it's a real Jungle Kitty is like a more ballroom type vibe. It doesn't mean to be.
Yeah.
But once, you know, the DJ's like, who wants to come up on stage, it turns into a real shablam.
Nice.
Splits.
Nice.
Yeah.
It's interesting because I've always hated clubbing. I've never enjoyed it. But it's because of where I live. It's like we have like an attic, right? And I went to uni in Oxford, and that was like somewhat better, but like not massively.
Yeah.
Because the gay club was just like white twinks, and I was like, this is great, and I love white twinks, but like I need more. I need more. And then ever since like having so many friends here that I can always stay with, because there's so many of them now because of the work I do, I've been able to connect with a lot of people. I actually being able to go to a club of actually people that look like me and like are like me. It's just so fun. I was like, oh my God, I actually love clubbing. I just hated the clubbing I did before. But okay, that's on the cards. Bootylicious. What's the other one?
Jungle Kitty.
Jungle Kitty.
Yeah.
Okay, cool.
Yeah.
Nice.
I'll take you out if you want to go out.
Let's go.
I don't know if you're ready. I'm wild.
Is this with or without the uncles?
With the uncles. I can throw it back. I can reel.
I saw in the show.
Yeah. Which is, I love because it's an unexpected thing. Like you look at me and you'll be like, oh, I wonder if he can move. When I say, bring out the mat, I could break dance. Yeah. I'm ready.
I love that for you. Fair. You're a good matchmaker.
Yeah.
Cool. No,
do you know what it is? I'm really good with picking up energies and what energies can match. And I always fall into the wingman category. And then I'm like bitter about it in the corner because no one wants to wingman me.
I'll wingman you.
You gonna wingman me?
Yeah.
I don't know if you would be able to match me with someone I'm compatible with.
Okay. Challenge accepted.
Oh.
Because I love wingmanging because I can't really wingman myself, but I feel like the confidence I wish I had for myself, I have for my friends.
How are you with going up to strangers?
If it's not for me, fine. If it's for myself, I'm get really shy.
Really?
Yeah. Every guy that has ever let's not say linked, done some kind of interaction with me in a club has been them coming to me.
Okay. We should fix that.
Is that true? No, actually, that's not true. Vast majority, though.
Okay, fair enough.
Yeah.
Fair enough. I'm a very much, if I've like switched it in my mind, I'm going for chaos. Oh gosh, there's no stopping me. My friend will be like, oh my gosh, they're really cute. I'm talking to them. So my friend really likes you. I'm really bad.
I love that.
Really, but I love the whole point of clubbing is not to stay in your clique, and it is to meet people, and you never know.
100%. So when I went out, right, there was this guy who we knew of each other, but like nothing like that. And he just kept on staring, and I just thought, when are you going to come over and say hello? And I thought, I'm not entertaining this. So bear in mind, the club closed at 4. My man comes over at 3 a.m. He's like, how's your night been? I said, yeah, fine. And my friend's like, you're such a bitch. Why can't you just be polite? I was like, but he's been staring all evening. I remember telling my mum about this. She was like, you can't talk to people like that. I was like, yes, I can.
I'm screaming.
Because he was like, oh, I've been looking at you all evening. I said, why is it taking so long?
Oh, God.
Why is it taking you so long?
Oh, you really scared him off.
No, I can't say I did.
Oh, fair enough.
I remember telling my mum, and she was like, why would you say that to someone? That's so rude. I was like, but I'm just being honest.
Yeah.
I was like, you can't stare at someone for that many hours and not expect me to be like, well, why is it taking so long? I wouldn't do that. I would stop staring. But yeah, big up him. Hope he's well. But yeah, okay, matchmaking mode activated.
Yeah.
I'm really good. Like, really, really good.
Can I ask you a question?
Please.
Do you get people commenting about your voice a lot? You have such an unusual tone. It's like
interesting.
A sexy Kermit the Frog. Has anyone ever said that?
No, I just get... No, not really. I usually get like, oh, he makes valid points, but his voice is so jarring.
No, it's not. It's a really interesting tone. Like a tone I've not heard on anyone before. And I feel like...
That'll be the Southwest for you.
No, I just feel like if I heard it on radio, I'd be like, that's Jordan, yeah.
Guys, broadcasters.
There you go. BBC, where
brands.
we at? Where am I looking? BBC, hit him up. Slide into the DMs.
Email in the bio description. That's very nice of you. That's really sweet. Thank you. No, I just get told my voice is jarring.
No.
I'll be like, yeah, he makes really good points, but his voice me off. But yeah.
We don't want you watching the videos.
That's very kind. That's made my day. It's very sweet.
That's all right.
So let's talk about your play. Right, Limp, Wrist, and the Iron Fist. I love that.
Yeah.
How'd you make it?
I didn't come up with the title, so I can't take any credit.
Oh, okay. Proceed.
I was doing a show at the Globe, and in the show we had to do a bit of voguing. So we had an amazing choreographer who was teaching us. You know, bearing in mind we only had a short time, so it wasn't. She was like, you're not going to be voguers, but we're going to get the basics down. I said, that's all I need. And Bambi, big up to Bambi, love her.
Big up to Bambi.
She was saying, you know, there's power behind your limp wrist. You have an iron fist. And I just remember going, oh my gosh, I love that.
I love that.
And it was just ringing. But it was so funny because she heard it from someone else. And she used it as her mantra. Now I'm using it. And that's what I love about the gay community. But yeah, so the play, funny enough, the play is based on me and my coming out journey. And I started writing this. A day after we opened for Black Boys the first time.
Cool.
And I was speaking to the director, Tristan. I said, you know, I love for Black Boys. I love what it represents. I just said it's a shame that, you know, the queer storyline is not a bit bigger in the show, especially talking about suicide in the Black community. I feel like that's before, you know, police, crime and anything, that's what's killing our community the most. The amount of people who I know who are Black, who have committed suicide is because they were struggling with their sexuality and not being accepted. And, you know, Tristan said to me, you know, there's only so much you can say in 2 hours.
Yeah.
And, you know, maybe one day there'll be a show where, you know, has the same effect that For Black Boys is doing. And then he looked at me, he was just like, why don't you write something? I said, 1, I'm dyslexic. 2, I don't write. I'm a performer, I can't write. 3 years later is where we got, and it stemmed off from For Black Boys and how I was feeling, and it made me look at, you know, how I came out to my friends and how I was feeling. And I wrote a show about me and my friends going on a night out, celebrating me finally coming out. I was the last one to come out in the group, and, you know, talking to them about what happened, me feeling suicidal, different struggles that my friends have gone through. And that's basically the show. And it's really strange because a lot of people were like, this feels like a queer version of For Black Boys, because it lives in the same world of, it happens in one night. Not a therapy session so much, but we go into deep conversations about how it is being black and queer and the struggles we face. So yeah.
I so wish I had seen it.
Well,
let's pray for a second run, right?
Yeah.
Manifesting. And how's the response? How's the response been?
It's been absolutely crazy. It's been. I want to say like certain things has happened, but I can't say.
That's okay.
But let's just say it's been good.
Yeah.
And yeah, the journey of the show is not over. I feel like it's going to come back in full force.
I cannot wait.
And I hope more people get to come and watch and experience and not go, oh my gosh, because For Black Boys is over, I've got this. This is an extension of stories we need in the industry.
Yeah.
And that formula of, you know, telling our hardships, there's so many shows like that. Queens of Sheba is another one. You get me? There's so many shows that talk about how hard it is being black in the UK. And these are the shows that are resonating with so much. And I love to think, you know, this is another one on the ladder of helping our community grow. For
sure. It's filling a void and an absence which we have needed for so long.
Absolutely.
You know? But I'm trying to like take a different spin on it, because I know a lot of people feel like kind of frustrated for not having this at a younger age. Mm-hmm. But like at the same time, we're still young.
Yeah.
Do you know what I mean? We're still young, black and bouncy.
Oh yeah, and, fluffy.
And you know, so you have to like take comfort in that. But I think the work that you're doing is really pivotal, really fundamental, really exciting. I'm excited to see your growth.
Yeah.
And I really hope this gets a second run, because I really want to see it.
I would love for you to see it.
Yeah.
I would love for you to see it. Yeah.
I'll be in front row, screaming.
There's a character who's a bit like you.
Really?
Yeah.
Is he neurodivergent?
They're all neurodivergent. They're all everyone in the show is a bit of my personality.
Yeah.
And I wrote them on real characters, real friends.
Okay.
And you know, they're all on the spectrum in some sort of way, because I bounce up and down that spectrum ladder.
I mean, you both.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. And I love it.
I love it.
I
think it makes me quirky.
Yeah, 100%.
Yeah, adds to my character.
Yeah. That little Maggie seasoning. That's what it is.
Yeah. It's really funny though, because like, I've come like to the realization with it quite recently. I'm still going through the process of getting diagnosed. And I was on holiday with my friends talking about it. And I said to my friend, I was like, did you think that? And I was. And my mate was like, I thought we just didn't talk about it.
Mm.
But I get it though, because if you don't mention it, like quite clearly, it's not something you want to like address. So I do hear it, but
I think it's really weird that people wait to be diagnosed to say that they've got something. And it's like, I don't know. I feel like if you know, if you process information differently, you don't need to know if you've got Asperger's or you've got something. You just know, I don't do it like everybody else.
I guess it's having that clarity though, isn't it?
I guess.
Because my friend was saying to me, was like, well, can you give me some examples of things that you do? But my friend is like a mental health professional, right?
Okay.
So she was observing me for like a whole week when we were in Portugal, right? Without telling me. And like, she was like, these are the things that you do. So like, I walk on my tippy toes.
Yeah.
I do this thing, where like I find a song and I'll like sit in a corner and play like the same 15 seconds for like 2 hours.
Right in the corner?
Well, I say in the corner, just like on my sofa.
Okay.
Yeah, not like
in the corner of a room.
And my mum works at home, right? And I think after about an hour and a half, she was like, do you always do this? I was like, I've done it since I was like forever long. Why? She's like, it's really annoying.
Oh no.
My friends at uni used to find it really irritating
really?
as well. It just gives me so much comfort. Like at the moment, it's do you know Jade, Little Mix?
Yes.
Angel of my dreams. So there's a bit where it's like where it speeds up. It's like, angel of my dreams, I will always love you, and I'll literally do the same 10 seconds for like 2 hours.
Interesting.
Yeah, it just gives me so much comfort.
That's good for you.
Yeah.
Good for you.
Yeah.
I like that.
So.
Yeah.
Quirky.
No, it is. I'm very much a person, I can listen to a soundbite over and over again. If I find a particular TikTok that I'm enjoying, regardless however it's made me laugh, I would go back to watch it because I'm like, it just gives me
I really love fan edits. Like I love fan edits when they have like a really cool speed up song for like 15 seconds.
Yeah.
That really stimulates
Do you know
me.
I'm obsessed with fan edits of do you know Quinn Blackwell, the American?
Yes.
I don't know what it is about her, but her fan edits, like they've got her flirting with everyone she interviews, and I'm absolutely obsessed. But she's my part of crazy that I love.
Yeah.
Her, yeah.
Yeah, I think mine is Shooty.
Really?
Yeah, Shooty.
Not seen many fan edits of Shooty.
There's not, but I go looking for them.
Okay.
Shooty and Ariana Grande.
Okay.
Yeah, that's my sister.
Right.
Yeah. Question: Are you But obviously you're would it be fair to say that you're a theatre boy?
Yeah.
Yeah. Are you excited for Wicked?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Do you know? Wait, no, let me not, because I feel like that was really shady. I'm really excited for the movie. And I think it's different because I think you could be a theatre person, you need to be a musical
Cool.
person to really appreciate that world. It's two
Right.
different.
Cool.
I know there's theatre people who will watch, a dance show, a play, a musical, and be able to appreciate them all. Then there's other people who are like, oh my gosh, I'm a theatre person.
Yeah.
I'm like, what do you want? Every musical underneath the sun. I'll be like, oh, did you see this play? No. Oh, did you see that, Alvin Ailey dance show? No. So how you call yourself a theatre person if you ain't even seeing different mediums? So I feel like, I'm a theatre person.
Cool.
I don't know if I'm a musical theatre. I appreciate music. I
Yeah.
watch more musicals than I do plays, which is sad because I feel like there's more musicals than plays. But I'm really excited for the movie.
Same.
I feel a certain type of way about the show. I've seen the show like 5 times.
So I've never seen it.
You know?
I feel like, do you know what it is? I feel like because my parents weren't the people, because I remember, because going to the theatre or going to shows as like a child is quite like a dramatic thing, right? Quite an exciting thing. And that just wasn't something that my parents really subscribed to. So I'm kind of like picking it all up quite late.
Okay.
If that makes sense.
Yeah.
But like I know the story, I think most people do. Ariana Grande is my favourite singer,
Okay.
like ever. So I thought, well,
Ever?
Like ever. Like ever. I did an interview the other day, right? One of the questions was like, who's your favourite singer? And I was just talking about Ariana Grande for like 3 minutes.
Really?
I was like, they definitely aren't gonna
This is definitely a young thing. Don't get me wrong, I love Ariana Grande. Don't come for me. Hold on. I love Ariana Grande. But I'm very much like Whitney, Michael. Those are my go-to.
I feel like Ariana is the first person who I've like seen since the beginning of their journey. And I think that's why I resonate with her. So like even before she was singing, she used to do like YouTube covers when I was like 12. So I've kind of like loved her since then.
Beyonce ain't on that list?
She's in my top 10.
Not your top 5?
She's not my top 5, no. But I do love her. Don't get it twisted. I do love her.
Can I hear your top 5?
So what is that? Is that like top 5? Is that like female singers or like bands combined? Because that makes it a whole different complexity.
Let's just go with top 5 favourite artist.
Okay. I might have it written down.
What? Ready?
Yeah, I'm like that. That's a tough one.
They don't have to be like, this was not my number 1, but just these are the ones you listen to the most because you're in your top 5. So
okay, cool. It's okay, yeah. Ariana Grande, Frank Ocean, Jhené Aiko, Lana Del Rey, and Lily Allen. Yeah.
Cool. So you like a lot of sad songs.
Yeah. What's yours? Tell me yours, please.
Amy Winehouse. Let me put my fingers. Whitney Houston, Michael Jackson, Beyonce. Who am I going to give the last one to?
You give me the vibe of someone who would really like Luther.
No, he's up there, but he's not my go-to.
Maybe a band?
No. I'm gonna give my last spot to Adele. Yeah.
She's apparently doing a residency show in London next year.
Good for her.
Yeah.
I would love to see Adele live, but I would be in my feelings. And, you know, I like to be in my feelings when I know I'm safe.
Yeah.
But if I start combusting, start crying, I don't know who gonna catch me.
I hear it.
Yeah.
Too many potentials.
Yeah.
She's my mum's favourite singer, so I think I'm gonna have to come through.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I love Adele.
That's a good mix.
Yeah.
That's a very good mix.
I would say the same about yours, but
that's okay. That's okay. We can be we can be different.
We're different. That's different is good.
Yeah.
Different.
But I do like a massive range. Like it isn't, but like I feel very comfortable with just music.
How do you feel about new music?
I struggle.
Really?
I struggle. I think because I'm so happy with what I listen to, it just doesn't really. I have to really have something shoved in my face to like it.
Yeah.
Like I love Flow.
I was listening to that All Access coming in.
Yeah.
Yeah.
On my next show later. I love Flow. Who's new that I like? Like Sabrina Carpenter. I don't mess with her.
Really?
It takes a lot. I love Charlie XCX, but she's not really new.
Don't get me wrong. I love Charlie XCX, but you know, when you live in London and the hustle and bustle of transport, you kind of need a more easy song to listen to. And you know, Charlie XCX will give me I'll be really ready to fight people on the train. So you know, don't get me wrong. I love me some Charlie, but she really gets me ready to fight. Yeah. Different place, different time. Yeah.
It takes a lot for me to really because there are so many new artists I hear about. I'm like, who's that? Like, I didn't know who Chapel Roan was till a few weeks ago.
Really? Okay.
Yeah. And who are my friends?
For an interviewer.
I'm not interviewing.
No, but I feel like you should know pop culture.
I do selectively. Yeah.
Interesting. Okay.
Yeah.
Should look into that.
If you gave me something and they were like, look, you need to do this, I would have it hands down by the end of the day.
Fair enough.
You know?
Fair enough.
Yeah.
But you're there's only so much I need to keep up in my brain.
I just feel until I need to do it. But it's weird because I am really invested in pop culture. I just I'm so comfortable with what I consume. I'm just unless it naturally comes my way, I'm
okay.
You know?
Okay.
Yeah. But obviously I do love everything. So if anyone watching who thinks, he's really not up to the trends, that's not the case. But yeah.
I love that for you.
All right, best person you've seen live?
Oh gosh. I've not seen many people live.
Really?
Yeah.
Are you not a concert goer?
No.
Is it not your... Okay.
It's because I have anxiety. I can't...
Quite yeah, okay.
I can't do big crowds. Fair. I can't do concerts, festivals. It's just, yeah.
They're quite claustrophobic.
It's a lot. It's a lot. And I say it, I didn't see Beyonce. I really wanted to. I really wanted to be, in the beehive, but keeping myself safe and knowing how I feel in those type of situations.
Yeah.
I think it will ruin my experience of Beyonce because I want to be swept up in her music and hear her sing live vocals. But, if someone annoys me out, gets too much,
ruins the experience.
Ruins it, and I don't want to do that.
Interesting you say that. So I didn't really rate the Renaissance tour as much as everyone else did.
Okay.
Not because the show was bad. So I'm quite a tall person, right? 5'11" and 3/4.
Why did that sound like a flex?
No, not at all. I just don't say 6 foot because it would be a lie.
Fair enough.
Yes,
Fair enough.
I don't know, because it's because I used to lie quite a lot as a kid.
Okay.
And my mum would be like, that just isn't true. And in my head, I feel when I'm going to I hear that voice in my head, right? So now I just try my very best not to lie unless
I would round it up. I round up my height all the time. Yeah. Just round. There's nothing wrong with rounding it up.
I just feel but anyone who's 6 foot will know that it's not 6 foot. Do you know what I mean? So I'm just like, yeah, big up the 5'11" and 3/4 boys.
I don't know if there's many of them.
I don't know if there is either.
This is the first time I've heard it, but
yeah,
okay.
I'm trying to be honest.
Yeah.
But I couldn't see anything. I actually couldn't see anything.
Okay.
And I thought, my friend was with me, and she's about 5'4". I thought, if I can't see anything, she can't. She was having to watch it through her phone.
Oh no.
Do you know what I'm trying to say? And
Yeah.
her Beyonce, she's not cheap.
Yeah.
Her shows aren't cheap. It's
Yeah.
it was over £100. I can't remember what exactly. And I think to pay that much money to like not even be able to like see, even not even close up, just like a little smidge of her. Do you know what I mean? And I thought, yeah. But the show was very good from what I could see. I just
wish
I was a quarter foot taller. Yeah.
I don't know if that would have made a difference.
We'll never know.
Well, there you go. There you go.
Maybe on the cowboy cart tour.
Ooh. You know what? Maybe I love country music. Maybe that one I might.
What about maybe like a seat?
I don't think it's got nothing to do with where I am in the arena. I think it's got to do with, you know, being in big crowds, lining up. Do you know what? Maybe I need to do like VIP, where, you know, they walk me through. I don't need to line up. I'm in a little chilled area where I can, you know, decompress before I do what I'm about to see.
Hey, but with the way that you're moving, eventually those boxes will have your name on it.
Yeah, me and Shooty. And I'll invite you. Or you might be there before me. Who knows?
I'll be happy for you.
You won't be.
No, that's my finger. That was a lie, but my fingers were crossed.
Oh, fair enough.
Yeah. Fair. Okay, well, so we've got a segment, but I want to ask you a couple of questions before that's okay.
Okay.
So like I said to you before, I really appreciate you. I think you're very talented. I'm really excited to see your growth, and I think it's very monumental what you are doing for let's not even just limit it to obviously for black queer people, but also for black men in general, you know? And it's quite interesting because like I find that like prior to doing this, I was a bit reluctant and a bit cautious about making content with black straight men. Because prior experiences have made my time with black men not very enjoyable or like pleasurable, you know, even like on like a non-romantic level. But then doing this has really changed my perspective, and I just think, you know what, I'm trying really hard not to like run along with my preconceptions.
Yep.
You know, there was a point to that, but I can't remember. But like, but what the work that you're contributing and making for like black men in general in the UK is incredible. And I'm very pleased for you, and I'm very proud of you. I'm excited to see what happens next. Okay, so we're gonna play a segment, yeah. So it's called Side to Side. So this is called the winning side. So the way it works is I give you two options, you pick a side, and you say which one you prefer and your reason why, and I'll do the same.
Okay.
Right?
Oh.
Yeah. I don't know if you can answer this one, so if not, we can just cut it. Theatre or TV?
Theatre. Yeah.
Yeah.
Theatre.
I feel like the best as a non-actor, I feel like the best actors are people who do theatre.
Do you know what it is? I feel like acting is acting, and you could have a TV actor do theatre and it just be just as good. I just feel like there's something about living in a moment of when you watch a show, knowing that it's never going to be the same again.
Yeah.
Obviously, with TV and film, once it's recorded, it's recorded. You could go back to watch it, and it would always be the same scene. But with theatre, you could watch the show 2 times over and go, oh my gosh, that's different, or
they've added this,
or, you know, this energy is different. And again, as much as, you know, in the world of theatre, we need to, you know, you have blocking, you have set emotions, but you're human. And, you know, if you have a day where you're feeling extra spicy, oh yeah, they're gonna feel it. They're gonna feel it.
Yeah. The way I see it is, I just think like, I think it like it's kind of like what you said. I think it takes more skill because you can so easily film a scene and be like, oh, actually, let's keep it running, let's rerun it. You know, you have to really like think on the dot for theatre. I appreciate people that can do both because I think obviously
I think that's an amazing skill to have.
Yeah, because it's becoming because I think it seems to be from what I've seen that a lot of people start in theatre, then transition to TV. But I think the prominence of theatre is reappearing.
Yeah, and I feel like if theatre paid the same as TV, you would have more people do theatre.
Okay, cool.
And the transition happens because there's more money in TV.
Yeah, I mean, inevitably, isn't it? Yeah,
that's all it is. It's the streamings, it's the royalties. If theatre did the same, I mean, they're starting to stream more theatre, so it's more accessible for people.
Yeah, saw that because I think they've done it with. I think they're doing it with Hot Wing King.
National Theatre at Home.
Yeah, because I loved you in EastEnders.
No, not this.
It was just the comment you made about like, have you got a name for the cancer?
Yeah,
I thought it was quite funny.
That was a cute moment.
Do you have any desires to work in film? Is that would you say
100%?
Yeah,
I would love to be a superhero.
Yes,
and I would love. There's a couple of things on my tick list. I would love to be a superhero, and I'm not talking about Marvel. I'm talking about anything. I would take Amazon, The Boys. I would take DC. I just want to be a superhero, and I feel like there's not enough plus size superheroes to begin with. There's a world about being a superhero, and have to look pretty, have to be physically fit. Where I don't think that's true. I think the best superheroes are the ones who don't look like a superhero, which is the whole point of.
You are pretty though.
Stop that behavior right now. The whole point of Spider-Man was he was meant to be this really geeky, nerdy boy that he blends in, and you don't think.
But they're all quite handsome, aren't they?
They're all of a sudden.
Yeah.
The same with Clark Kent. You get me? He's meant to look really geeky outside of being Superman, but the glasses don't really. They could have done a few more things.
Yeah, but. And it's like, and again, it's like all the I mean, not that I'd ever talk bad on black people really, unless they're like controversial. But it's like Black Panther. They're all literally gorgeous.
Yeah.
Oh, do you know what? Yeah, like obviously, I don't really actually. Let me not talk about fancy men again. But yeah, they're a very beautiful cast. Like all of them are absolutely stunning. Yeah, you're right. That'd be fun. I'm rooting for that one.
So what was I saying? So superhero and an alien. I want to be an alien. I would be an alien in Doctor Who, or an alien in something. I don't know. I want to be an alien.
Interesting.
I want the prosthetics. I want the CGI.
Fair.
Yeah.
Very cool. Okay. Nice.
Which is, I think, I've not heard many actors say they aspire to do that, but I'm putting it.
There's a niche for everything.
Yeah.
I could I'm really hopeful. I could see you doing like a sitcom.
I would love to do a rom-com.
Yeah.
Yeah. Sitcom, rom-com.
Same.
Energy,
yeah.
Yeah.
Cool.
I would love. Did you ever watch Rye Lane?
What's that? Sorry.
A movie based in Brixton.
Oh, Rye Lane. Yes, sorry. Yes, I did. Yeah, a while ago, but yes, I have seen it.
How that's filmed, being in Brixton and it being colourful, and, these two people that, in the beginning didn't think they should be together, but, ended up being together. I would love to be in a TV show, a bit like Rye Lane, a bit like Chewing Gum. Do you get me?
I love Chewing Gum.
I feel like there's a gap for that type of black comedy that we're missing.
Yeah.
And it's like disappeared all of a sudden.
I loved Chewing Gum.
Yeah.
I loved it. Did you watch Queenie?
Yeah. Loved Queenie.
Loved Queenie.
Again, Queenie was an interesting one. I felt like it could have had a bit more comical moments. It got real dark, real serious, real soon, and it made me go, like as you were saying, like you need the balance, because I was holding my breath where I was just like, girl, this man is not for you.
Oh, what, John?
I don't want to say it, but like when she was like, I don't want to say forcing herself, but like Well, she was forced herself to have sex with the guy because she wanted to have.
It's a sense of validation, isn't it?
Yeah.
Yeah.
And it was not given that. It was given something else. It was given plantation.
Yeah. No, you're right. We don't have a lot of there's not a lot of black shows that like kind of present that, is that? I haven't seen it. Apparently, what was that one show my stepmom told me about? There's two. There's the one with the old gay black Caribbean man.
Oh, Mr. Loverman.
Yeah.
Good. It's really good.
Yeah, my stepmom was like, you'd really like it. And is it Borders?
Yeah. I mean, yeah. To an extent, there are LGBT characters, but it's not like the premise of the show. But it's about a group of.
It's one of the boys from Black Boys.
Yeah.
Yeah, I thought so.
Yeah, Aruna. Big up Aruna.
Come on.
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay. I'm gonna say, subject to change, but probably TV currently, just because I've only seen like 2 shows in the last like 3 years.
Okay.
However, I want that to change. So if you guys want to send me like, I mean, obviously I'll pay for it. And if you want to send me,
No, you say it.
Send me.
I want an
invites.
invite. Yeah.
Like I'm happy to do reviews. You know.
This one thing that I feel like needs to shift more. When I go to these press night events and I see these reviewers, especially for black shows, I never get to see black reviewers. And I feel like not saying black people need to review black work, but there are people out there who go, I want to review this work, I want to see the show, but never. And
it can be really difficult to get onto media accreditation because it's so competitive.
Yeah.
Because I've only just started doing it, and to be fair, they approached me. But however, like people who I've spoken to who have tried to apply, like Jord, honestly, you just don't hear anything, which I think is really sad because you're not getting paid for it. It's just to build your portfolio and your experiences, you know. But yeah, that's a good thought. But it's hard though because it's like sometimes when you're like trying to find small creatives, it can be difficult to find them in the first place. Do you know what I mean? But if someone is literally reaching out, like, look, here's my work, and a lot of the time they're quite willing to bring like a tech person as well. So it doesn't really. There's no not downfall, but there's no like consequence of them being added to the team for the evening. You know? If anything, it's more content.
Yeah.
But I don't know. Like I don't know the ins and outs of how it works. I just do it externally. So yeah, I'm gonna say TV for now, but subject to change. Okay. Long flight or short flight?
Am I in first class?
No.
Am I in Rosa Parks section?
Yeah, I guess so.
Short flight. Yeah. I can do no short flight. If I'm in the back of the plane, a short flight. If I'm by the toilets, short flight.
Do you know what? So like I did Ryanair when I went to Copenhagen, right? And I paid for like priority. For another bag, right? And like one of the perks of priority for Ryanair, this is like an insider tip. When you check in, you can change your seat, right? And I hate sitting next to strangers.
Right.
It drives me mad. So like I looked at this was like 4 a.m., like 5 hours before I had to leave where I was staying. And I could see there was like a whole empty row. So I thought, okay, let me pick the corner. I was like, surely no one's gonna buy a ticket for a flight in 6 hours. And I was like, yeah, this is great. Yeah, I don't like. I mean, I haven't done a long flight for a long time. Most places I go to are in Europe. But it's really weird. I feel like airlines lie because I always get told, "Oh, it'll be like 3 hours."
Oh, and it never is. Yeah.
Like when I went to Copenhagen, they said it was going to be an hour and a half. I'm positive it was just under an hour.
Yeah.
But I was in and out of sleep. But even still, I'm positive it was just under an hour. But
I do this thing where when I'm going on holiday, I'm going on flight. I don't look to see how long it is, and I just leave it for when I'm on a plane to be surprised. I'm like, oh, it's 6 hours, okay.
I wish I had one of those ones because I've seen it where like people, it's more like international, like out of Europe, where like you have like a thing in front and it will show like how far you are.
Oh yeah.
I like that. I mean, that's quite cool.
Yeah,
it stimulates me. Well, I mean, it would if I had it. Okay, yeah, short flights for both of us. I think I already know the answer to this one, but festivals or holidays?
Holidays.
Yeah.
I'm like a 3 holiday a year type of person.
Really?
Yeah.
A man of luxury.
Yeah. I try to. That's where my money goes.
I hear it. It's important.
Yeah, I feel like you need to. Not saying that I'm going to these places to like learn or to better myself, but I'm such about mental health and taking your time out of a pressure cooker. Pressure cooker. Living in London can be such a pressure cooker. You need to give yourself time to decompress and literally just do things for yourself.
Yeah.
In hot weather. Yeah.
Where's the best place you've been to?
Hawaii.
Oh, you said
yeah.
Yeah, okay.
Hawaii, followed by Hawaii. And I've been to Thailand 5 times. Yeah. I've done a solo trip to Thailand, and that was the first and last solo trip I said.
Really? Why?
I can't do backpacking. I'm a very bougie person. And I said, I'm going to go to Thailand by myself. And, I was doing like hotels and people were like, you hostel? I said, hostel? No, darling, those are 2 things you'll never hear come out my mouth. Oh, no. Bunk bed? No, darling, no. I said, yeah.
I'm not a backpacker.
No.
I don't fuck with it.
I feel like these type of like solo holidays are good if you go meeting other people who are like backpacking strangers. But like I'll go on a holiday like by myself, but like the people who I meet are either like a couple or like they're here for a couple of days and then they're going.
Yeah.
So yeah. Interesting one.
I hear it. Like because I just went on a solo holiday, and to be honest, I actually thrived. Like I really, as you can tell, because of international boyfriends, I really do thrive in my own company. And because it was so interesting, because my mum said to me, she's like, "Are you not worried?" And I was like, I planned so much, like there was so much to do in the city for the whole day. By the time we got to like 6 o'clock, I was exhausted. So I'd have dinner somewhere, and then I would literally just watch YouTube till about 12 and sleep and repeat.
I want to believe that's what you did, but I don't know. I don't know how true that is.
Holidays. I'm past the festival phase.
Okay.
I can't camp. I can't I don't like spending too much time in grass and like dirty grass. Do you get it? I can do like a few hours of needs must. I quite enjoy a day festival. That's my bag.
Okay.
Like I can do that. I'm going to go to All Points East in August, which will be fun. I think Ray is there.
Have you been to Hoopla?
I'm going on the Sunday.
Cool.
Yeah, because Kesha's headlining. The Saturday one wasn't as good, which was a bit annoying because I thought you'd think the Saturday one would be better. But no, it's got like Kesha, Pixie lot, so that'll be camp. So yeah. But yeah, holidays, man. Like holidays are just I think it's like a growth thing though, because like when I was 18, I could literally camp for like 6 days.
Really?
Easily. God. No shower, minimal water, minimal food. But now I'm like, nah.
You said no shower.
No shower. But you're all on an equal level of disgust.
Nope. There's no. Oh, no.
I've changed.
Yeah. Good. I'm glad.
My 20s has humbled me. Yeah. Okay, cool. Wine, so like date scenario.
Yeah.
Wine and dine or activity?
Activity.
Cool.
Activity. I have a thing about eating on a date.
Okay.
Yeah. I think I don't eating. Some people eating give me the ick, and I can't. You could be the most sexiest person in the world, but if I hear you smacking, I'm turned off.
I hear it.
Like balloon pop.
I hear it.
Yeah, and I think it's more seeing someone out of their element, like going on a date, doing like go ape, climbing a tree. I love water sports, abseiling, canoeing. It's much more my street. And then
bag.
Yeah, because I take myself out to dinner all the time. Unless you are taking me to the Shard or dinner under the sea, I'm not going to be wowed. Do you get me? Let's go to Soho and eat a steak. I'm all right, darling. I'm all right.
Yeah. I can bag that myself. Yeah. I think it also. I kind of like the idea of someone picking something which is like something that I wouldn't think of. Do you know what I'm trying to say?
Yeah.
So even if it's like a general activity, I'm like, okay, fair enough, whatever. But then like I've seen it before where like I saw this thing where oh God, what was it that I saw on TikTok? It was this really crazy day. I can't remember what it was, but it was like 2 parts of it. And I thought, oh my God, men can actually think if they want to.
Mm-hmm.
They can do the most if they want to.
Yeah, do yeah.
Do you know what I mean?
Yeah.
And it just kind of like brings it back to the idea, like, he is the one, just not for you. You know?
Yeah, okay.
Everyone will fix up for who they want to fix up
Oh,
for.
100%.
Yeah.
100%.
Without
Yeah.
a doubt. I'm going to say activity 2. I actually find like the wine and dine procedure initially quite robotic. Especially if you don't know someone.
Yeah.
It feels like a bit of a job interview, doesn't it?
And it's like what society's told us what you have to do.
Yeah.
If you're going on a date, you have to sit down and have dinner and look at each other and, you know, wait for them to swallow what they're swallowing so you can have a conversation.
Yeah, it's just... No, it's not for me. And do you know what I always thought was a really... And I always thought this as a kid, but never did it myself. Do you know what I always thought was a really weird idea for a date? The cinema. It never made sense to me because I thought, you're not talking.
I don't think that's the reason why people are going to the cinema on a date. But fair enough.
I'm naive.
Yeah.
Clearly. Oh my God, yeah. Duh. Yeah. For me, I just never got it, but now I do.
I've had plenty cinema dates.
Ooh. I've had 0.
Well, who knows? Wicked is coming out. Someone might take you to go and see Wicked.
Maybe. I am seeing it by myself on the opening day.
Oh, really?
Yeah. I love seeing it. It's not a bad thing.
I went to the cinema by myself, but I feel like Wicked is such a movie you want to experience it with friends.
Yeah.
I feel like there's certain movies where I would go and watch knowing that I'm happy to watch it alone.
Yeah.
And then there's other movies where I'm like, no, I need to watch it with someone so we can talk about it afterwards.
To be fair, I've booked it really early, so hopefully no one will see me. It's like 9 a.m. shoot. Yeah, I don't really go to so much because it's just bare expensive. I think the last film I saw was Barbie.
Okay, yeah.
Which was interesting. Yeah. Big up Greta, what's her face?
I thought you was about to say Greta Thunberg.
Oh my God, how embarrassing is this, right? So when I was on holiday and we were talking about Barbie, and I was like, who's the director? And they were like, oh, Greta, what's her surname? The director?
No, because all I'm thinking about now is Greta Thunberg. I'm so sorry.
I'm not sure what her surname, but Greta something.
Yeah.
Yeah. And I was like, oh, like, isn't she into like activism and shit? I think that was her vibe. And all my friends are looking at me like, Jord, what do you mean? And I was like, that's the young girl that does all the speeches and crap, right? And they're like, Jord, that's not the same person.
I'm finished. I'm finished. That's so funny.
Big up her. Okay, right. The last one. So, guys who are similar to you or guys who are opposite?
Opposite.
Cool.
Opposite. Do I need to say why?
I mean, you don't have to say why.
Then yeah.
Cool. I feel like because I'm quite an acquired taste, I think someone who's the opposite of me would be like a bit taken back.
Okay.
Do you know what I mean? And I don't want to put anyone through that. But then people do always say to me, if you meet someone who really, really with you, they will suck it up. I was like, I get that, but you have to go through that initial stage, which is quite a lot for someone who doesn't understand the way in which you function. You know? So I think being with someone who's quite similar to me is probably the way forward. However, I had a really interesting conversation with a guy the other day, and he was, and I don't know how I feel about this. He was telling me that he actually prefers to be with men who are neurodivergent.
Okay.
He's non-neurodivergent, right?
Right.
And I was like, right, okay. I was like, is there any particular reason? Because I thought I've never heard anyone say. I get the idea of being with someone who's like quirky or like abstract or creative, but neurodivergent I thought was a bit of a stretch. So I was like, well, what's the reason? And he was like, oh, like you know, I can't remember how he worded it, but my face was just frowning. I was like, oh, right, okay.
Sounds like a hero complex.
That's an interesting take. I wouldn't have thought of it like that.
That's what it sounds like.
Interesting.
Yeah.
Fair.
But I would love for you to speak positive about yourself more.
Okay.
Yeah. I think I'm a true believer where I've gone through hell and back.
Yeah.
Where I've you know hit some real dark bottoms. That sounded weird. I've hit some really dark places where I would do the same thing and I would say that I'm not good enough, I'm not pretty enough, I'm not this, I'm not that. And it's only now that I'm appreciating what I have and what I bring to the table.
I love that.
And I feel like I want you to do the same.
Yeah.
Because you bring a hell of a lot to the table.
Please don't make me cry on my own show.
No, honestly. From what I'm gathering, I would love for you to speak positive about yourself more. And anyone would be lucky to be with you. Yeah.
You're very kind.
Yeah.
Thank you very much. Very sweet.
No.
Obviously, like, I'm not, like, I am very aware that I'm, like, extremely, like, handsome. Like, maybe, actually, no, yeah. It's true,
you are, yeah.
You know? And I think I do bring, like, quite a lot of unique takes that, like, would be very healthy in a relationship. It's just finding someone who can, like, just gel with me, really. And that's both sides, you know? But, yeah.
But I feel like I've seen a lot of gay couples where, have you seen the thing where are they brothers?
Yeah.
Are they siblings or are they in a relationship?
Yeah.
I know a lot of gay people who date similar. And when I say similar, I'm talking about people who look, dress, and act like them. And I think that's a very scary thing because you're not out there to find your soulmate. You're out there to find yourself. And it's a very egotistical, narcissistic thing, I think, to date someone who's identically.
I think identicals is quite a lot.
Yeah.
I can similar traits.
Similar traits. Yeah, but I'm talking about.
Yeah.
They look the same.
I find that a lot when the couples like twinkle and twink, especially like.
Oh,
just all twinks of all races. Let me not do that. But yeah, just twinkle and twink.
Yeah,
that's a really common thing. I saw this really cute gay couple, two white boys. And I genuinely thought they were gay brothers. I was like, oh, okay, because they look very similar. Just one's taller with darker hair. I was like, oh, they are very cute though. Don't get me wrong, but yeah.
Yeah, I find it really interesting, and they could last, but I feel like there's always, I love to analyze. Yeah. There's always something more to it, and I just feel like I don't know if you believe and trust in yourself enough to really push the boat out there and let someone challenge. I feel like a relationship, you need someone to challenge you, someone to better you. You need someone to be like, tell me when I'm wrong, tell me when I'm doing right. I couldn't have anyone who would hit on me creatively or tell me that, chasing my dream is not the one. I need someone to be rooting for me, to be like, you might be going through it now because you haven't acted in a couple of years, but you're gonna get there, babes. I can't have it, babes. I feel like you should look for something to do, something else. You're not for me.
No.
Just how I want to push you to be the best version of yourself.
Yeah.
You should be able to push me and be the
for sure. Without a doubt.
Yeah. I want my Jay-Z. Let me be Beyonce. I want my Jay-Z, and together we make an empire. And that's how I see it. One couple I love the most. No, actually, let me not even bring their business up in the street. But I admire couples who, compliment each other heavily.
Yeah, agreed. Yeah. For sure. Nice. Thank you, man. I have one question for you before we bounce. As someone who I think is paving the way and doing some incredible work, how would you advise people to go about embracing their creative flares?
I've always said, jump into the world of the unknown and know you're going to land on your feet. You get me? Until you put yourself where you need to be, you're never going to know if it's going to work. And if it doesn't work, even better, because you're able to know what you've done wrong and how you can go be like, okay, cool. I tried it like this and it's not working, so let me try a different angle. And with these things, I always love to say little drops of water make a mighty ocean. You're not going to be an overnight sensation. Even if you do something and it goes viral, it still takes time.
Yeah, it's not enough anymore.
It's not enough anymore. Do you get me? You need to know, little by little, you'll get to where you want to be. And why I think these people who get to the top now is because they've been doing it for 10 years.
Oh, yeah, for sure. Yeah.
And it's never a case of, oh my gosh, you know, they were walking on the street and, you know, someone saw them and plucked them up and they, cool. If that's the case, a lot of the time they burn bright and then they're gone. And
Yeah.
we want stability in this game.
Too right.
So yeah, that's my advice. Trust and believe in who you are. And if you know who you are, nothing can destroy that. So yeah.
That's good. Emmanuel, thank you very much, my
Thank
friend.
you. Thank you for having me.
It's been a pleasure.
Yeah.
Feel very insight is not a word.
Yeah,
Is it? Is insight a word?
I think, but you're not using it in the right context. I don't think. I'm dyslexic, so.
The conversation's been very insightful, and I appreciate your perspective. Thank you very much. Where can the people find you?
You can find me on Instagram at eman.akwafo. I'm on TikTok. I'm on Twitter. I don't really post on Twitter. I'm on the streets.
Find us some Bootylicious.
Find us in Bootylicious, yeah. Or, I don't know when this comes out, you can find me at the Lyric Hammersmith in the Aladdin. If you want some Christmas magic this Christmas.
Come on. Guys, ladies, gents, and non-gender conforming people. My name is Jord Howard. This is the Winning Side Pod. Thank you so much for watching. If you've made it this far, please like, share, comment, and subscribe. And yeah, we will catch you sooner than later. All right?